Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Urban Review. This show is brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy, and therefore, the thoughts expressed on this show might not necessarily be the thoughts of the Office of National Drug Control Policy. Welcome, and I have something very special for you tonight. We're going to be filming live at the Drug-Free Holiday Youth Jam, sponsored by the Coalition for Urban Youth and Family Development. This is a wonderful event where our young people are going to pledge to have a drug-free and substance abuse-free holiday season. So stay tuned and watch. We're going to have lots of fun.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Marcel Arbuckle, and I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development and the Program Director for the Coalition of Urban Youth and Family Development. And I'd like to welcome you, first of all, to the Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, and then secondly, to our Coalition Drug-Free Holiday Youth Jam. And I know that that's a kind of a corny name, and I will take full responsibility for that because I am the one who came up with that corny name. So, but at any rate, as is tradition in the church, we're going to open up with a word of prayer. Father God, we want to thank you this evening for allowing us to come together for fun and for fellowship and to express the thoughts that we want to have a drug-free and a substance abuse-free 2019 and 2020 holiday season. Bless everyone that came, bless those that prepared the food, bless those that are going to consume the food. May it nourish our bodies as your word edifies our soul. In the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Belinda Sykes, and I am the youth coordinator for the Urban Youth Family and Development. Sorry. Right now, I see that you all have your pledge cards. Did anyone? Yep. Has everyone got a pledge card? So take out your pledge cards right now. On your pledge cards, our card pledges to keep, we want to keep it real. So R stands for refuse to use drugs or abuse any substance.
Everybody say refuse.
Refuse.
E stands for explain that you respect your body and mind and love yourself too much to be a substance abuser or drug user.
Everybody say explain.
Explain. A stands for avoid being around substance abuse or drug users. Everyone say avoid.
Avoid.
And L stands for leave any place where substances are being abused or drugs are being used. Everybody leave.
Leave.
Together those words keep it real. These are the words and the pledge that we will use in order for us to treat ourselves with dignity and respect and not to utilize or abuse drugs or any kind of substance. Right now, we're going to turn over to our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Darren Williams. He is a Detroit native, entrepreneur, professional basketball player, and a published author of this book, Basketball Secrets. Please welcome Darren Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I just want to make sure that we hype tonight because it's a Friday night and I just don't want you guys just sitting there like, all right, who's this guy in this green suit? Hurry up, I'm hungry, the food smells good. First, it's an honor and pleasure to be here. I want to thank God for just allowing us just to be coming from all of our different backgrounds of life, but being in this one room, because if you are in this room right now, that means you are meant to be here. Correct? I just want to see you smile. That was it. Okay. Also, I want to thank this foundation because although this is a new foundation, it is targeted and it is geared towards making sure that the Detroit youth just come together just so we can have fun. Period. All right. And I can tell you, growing up in Detroit, Michigan, there was not a lot of opportunities for the youth to go play outside somewhere, or to actually go to a gym and shoot around, or to play video games together. 3 things. Grew up east side Detroit, 7 Mile of Hoover. You see drugs, you see stabbings, people get beat up, you got dead bodies behind the backyard. I know it's a gruesome thing, but it happened. This is where we live. But our outside circumstances does not truly affect us. What does affect us is the first secret. Would you like to know what that first secret is? First secret is this. The first step for you accomplishing whatever that you want to accomplish is to have a vision. If you have a vision of you passing your test, you will pass your test, because things in the universe will align properly for you to get the extra help that you need so that you can pass it, because you see that A on that test. So if you are growing up in the street, but you see a life of yourself as a businessman, and you close your eyes and you use your imagination, and you see a vision of yourself wearing a suit, driving a nice car, owning a business, helping people, having a vision, having an alternate substance of serving other people, it will happen. So that's the first secret, okay? If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a rapper, if you want to be a producer, if you want to be a business owner, if you want to be a pastor of a church, the first step is seeing yourself do it before it happens. I had no idea that I would go internationally to over 26 countries and win multiple championships in Italy and Sicily. But before I knew that's what it was going to be, I literally used my imagination. I saw myself wearing a jersey. I saw myself smelling the aroma of the gym with thousands of people. I saw myself in my mind holding up a championship trophy. But nothing happens when you just visualize. The second secret that you must do is to create a plan. Does anybody know what a blueprint is? You visualize yourself being a record producer, you visualize yourself being in the studio, you visualize yourself working with the artist, you visualize yourself creating. What we just did there was we just saw her have a visualization of herself being a professional record producer, and she put together a mini plan to make it happen. Do you know that if she follows those steps of those plans, that it will happen for her to be a record producer? The very third thing that you need to let go and let God. Does anybody know why letting go and letting God, does anybody know why that step is important? There are things that happen that are out of your control. You visualize, you see yourself doing it, you already created a plan, you already know what happens if you drop your phone or if you destroy your computer. It's going to be backed up on Google Drive. But you're going to let go and let God so that He can take care of the rest of the things that you have no control over. Tu sei il campione.
Huh? What's that?
Tu sei il campione. Does anybody know what that means? It is Italian, and it means that you are the champion. How do you spell champ?
C-H.
Let's take it one letter at a time. What's the first letter in champ?
C.
C, consistency. Which means that if there's something that you are doing periodically in time where people can watch you move forward, then more great things are going to happen because they are expecting it to happen. So we got C. What is the second letter?
H.
H. Does anybody guess what the H means? Hard work. For you to accomplish your dream, your immediate dream, whether it's to become a psychologist, whether to become a doctor, whether to become a record producer, whether to become a musician, an artist on an international level, it's going to take hard work. I am going to sell 1,000 of those books. How am I going to do that? I'm going to be consistent with my promotion, and I'm going to continue to speak to the youth, but more importantly, I'm going to work hard to make sure that the people who get that book become more successful than what they were before they had it. That is hard work. We got the C, we got the H. What is the third letter in champ?
A.
A. Can anybody guess what the A means? We got consistency, we got hard work, we got A. Attitude. Brooklyn, you have a lot of attitude. But it's good attitude. You know why? Because it is positive attitude, not just any attitude. You need positive attitude. In this world, we see both things that are negative and both things that are positive. But what attracts us to the things and the circumstances that we experience is which side do you choose to acknowledge. So, if you acknowledge only negativity, if that's the only thing that you see, guess what's gonna happen? That's all you're going to experience. But if you see everything positive, no matter what happens that may be bad that you see is bad, if you can see the good in it, guess what you will attract? We got the C, we got the H, we got the A. What is the fourth letter? M. Can anybody guess what the M word is? Huh? Marketing. Okay, I'm right there with you. He on the artistry page. He ready to get going. He got the conduit. He ready for hard work. He has a positive attitude. But more importantly, what I love about this guy is motivated. Not just any motivation, self-motivation. That means that when you get out the bed to do your dream, nobody has to give you an alarm clock. Okay? If Mr. Arbuckle say, Darren, I need you to speak here tonight, because I love to speak so much and I'm self-motivated, guess what's gonna happen? I'm here, because this is what I love to do. But you can be consistent, you can be hardworking, you can have a positive attitude, you can be self-motivated, but without this last letter, none of this is gonna happen. Literally, we got the C, we got the H, we got the A, we got the M. What is the last letter? P. P. Stand up, please. I had to pick on you because you came late. But it's fine. Perseverance. Beautiful word. Persistence. You got one more since we're going for the 3. It's something that I'm doing right now while you are waiting for your third answer.
Patience.
Patience. Patience. Why is patience important? What is the importance of patience? That should be a rap, bro. Why is patience important? Patience is important because things take time. Facts. Correct? I'm gonna pick up my man because I love his suit. This man would not be where he is today without having patience. He knew he had to take a test that he had to pay for. He knew he had to ace that test. And he knew that he had to know the information so that when he speaks to a customer, he can provide a great service so that they can benefit greater than where they were before they met him. But before he got to that point, he had to be patient with his process. So if you are truly going to be an artist, if you're truly going to be a music producer, if you're truly going to be a psychologist, because we all know psychologists go to school for like 8 years, correct? In college, this is right after high school, you got another 8 years. But isn't 8 years to get through that, doesn't it take patience? Because great things take time. It took patience to win championships. It took patience. It took my entire life to build this book right here. This book is called Basketball Secrets, the 10 Secrets to Becoming a Professional Basketball Player. I wrote it. And the reason why I say it took patience is literally took my entire basketball career starting from elementary school to middle school to high school to pro-am to college to playing 10 years internationally, whether training with the NBA or playing basketball overseas. For all of the people that's interested in basketball, please raise your hand.
I say best.
Beautiful. Well, guess what? You're going to get this first book. Matter of fact, I'm going to give everybody here a book for free. Okay? I want you guys to read it. If you want to read it, if you have an interest in it, okay? So that you can see what it takes when you visualize for yourself, when you create a plan for yourself, when you let go and you let God. But tu sei il campione, you are the champion, because you are consistent, because you are hardworking, Because you have a positive attitude. Because you are self-motivated, but most importantly, the P stands for what?
Patience.
Because you are patient. The information that you have received here is something that only 0.1% of the world has. 0.1% of the world actually put this into action every day. They already see what they're going to become. They already know what they're going to do. They already put a plan behind it. They already move into action and allow God to do his thing, because we can't do anything without God. But at the same token, because we have already seen ourselves doing it, we got to put the groundwork in. We got to put that work in. We got to be consistent. We got to be hardworking. We got to have a positive attitude every day, no matter what happens. We have to be self-motivated, because if I want to run my business, I'm going to get out the bed and get to it. But if I know I want to be a millionaire, if I want to be a billionaire, if I want to own an international company, none of that is going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen in a few years. It may happen with my kids, so I must be patient. So that's the information I'm going to give you. Last thing. If you have a dream for yourself, do not tell anybody. If you have a dream for yourself, that's something that you are passionate about doing, that you see yourself becoming, do not tell anybody. What I want you to do is I want you to put it in your phone. Matter of fact, I want you to write it on a sheet of paper. I want you to scribble a line under that, okay? And I want you to put your plan on what you think it takes to make it happen and get to it every day. As a matter of fact, do not show anybody, because when you have dreams and you tell somebody, what do you think they will do?
Take it. Take it away. Take it and take the credit. Don't get
They will take it and take the credit, but what's worse than that?
And they won't get it.
They will what? They will kill your dream. Because the second you tell somebody, what they're gonna say? You can't do that. How you gonna do that? You wanna play basketball. Don't even tell nobody you wanna play. Let them see your hard work. Let them see your consistency. Let them see your hard work. Let them see you having a positive attitude about it. When you break a finger, when you twist an ankle, when you get injured, you're still back on top of it, because you are self-motivated. But you know, if you're gonna play professional basketball, it takes years, correct? But you are patient, and you will accomplish it. Does that sound fair? Tu sei il campione. Tu sei il campione. I'm the champ. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I am powerful. I am patient. I am hardworking. I have a positive attitude. I am self-motivated. But more importantly, I'm patient. I am patient. I will become what I see. And I will do everything I want. And I will not let anybody stop me. Not even myself. I am a young God. God lives within me. I am an example of Him. I am a representative of Him. Because I have dreams. And I know it can become a reality. I will work hard at it every day. Until it becomes a reality. Tu sei il campione. Tu sei il campione. I'm the champ. I'm the champ. You guys are the champions.
All right.
You will love your Avis Ford, because at Avis Ford, we make it easy to get you your no money down monthly payment right over the phone. We call it Shop by Phone, and it's the best way we know to get you your payment options fast. You want leather and a sunroof? How about an upgrade to all-wheel drive? Just give us a call. Shop online, shop by phone, or visit us at Telegraph at 12 Mile. Call 1-800-SHOP-FORD.
Meet Danny, high school senior, 17 years of age, all A student. Danny is just now finding out he scored 1,490 out of 1,600 on his SAT. Danny's friend decided to ask, "How did you do it?" Danny replied, "I believe every day is a test. To fail or succeed, you choose." The effects of vaping is the one test that Danny chose not to study for.
Vaping does not discriminate on who becomes addicted. Over 2 million high school students use some type of electronic cigarette device. The top tobacco companies also own vaping devices. The FDA found that vaping contains some of the same toxic chemicals as regular cigarettes that lead to cancer. So whether you smoke traditional cigarettes with tobacco or smoke electronic cigarettes using nicotine, your health is at risk. There's no safe way to smoke. For more information, contact the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development.
So right now we're going to have some entertainment, and I would like to introduce to you C Note. He is an artist, a dancer, an actor, a songwriter, and he's here today to perform some of his latest pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, C Note.
How you guys doing? Yeah, C Note and Imprint Gang. I'm next up. Yeah, I got my cake up. Next up, yeah, I'm next up. Got my cake up, my homies laced up. Chain on me looking iced up. Yeah. Woo. I'm next up, yeah, I'm next up. Got my gang, got my homies laced up. Got my change up, I'll never change up. You can chase us, you'll never catch up. I came a long way, I work my way up. Designer roll up on me, run my waist up. Yeah, you know I'm taking off and I won't let up. They used to sleep on me, but now they know I'm next up. Got my cake up, yeah, I laced up. New chain on me, got me iced up. Going round the world, going on a tour bus. Yeah, they try to stop me, but I'm so focused. It don't even matter anywhere I go up. I can walk down the street, but they won't notice. They try to murder me, yeah, they think I'm hopeless. I was just a little kid, I had to grow up. Yeah, they want me to show love, but they don't show none. If it ain't about that money, I won't show up. Thanking God every day, yeah, I bless up. Never gonna forget where I came from, yeah. Next up, yeah, I'm next up. Got my gang, got my homies laced up. Got my change up, I'll never change up. You can chase us, you'll never catch up. I came a long way, I work my way up. Designer roll up on me, run my waist up. Yeah, you know I'm taking off and I won't let up. They used to sleep on me, but now they know I'm next up.
And I want everyone to have a wonderful, safe, drug-free, substance abuse-free holiday season and a productive and prosperous year to come. I want to leave you, as I always do, with the words that Nelson Mandela used to keep himself focused through his 27 years of captivity. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods there be for my uncomfortable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud, and under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but I'm bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. For it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the captain of my fate and the master of my soul. And the thing that I always say to all of my young people, and I'm saying it to you too, to have a great year next year, and as you do that, remember, when you're up against some trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Plant your feet and set your shoulders, lift your chin and take a brace. And when the worst is bound to happen in spite of all that you may do, remember, running from it will not save you, so see it through. Black may be the clouds about you and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you, keep yourself in fighting trim. And when the worst is bound to happen in spite of all that you can do, remember, running from it will not save you, see it through. Even hope might seem a futile when with troubles you're beset, but remember, you're simply facing what other men have met. So if you fail, fall still fighting. Don't give up, whatever you do. Keep your eyes to the front, your head high to the finish, and see it through. Thank you for watching Urban Review.